Hey everyone, I really hope that you can hear and see me. I've had a bit of trouble with this one. YouTube's been messing around with the settings again. Okay. Nope, I do not want to help YouTube by answering a question. Okay. So I can see I've got a few people already chatting. I'm going to have a look at those. Just bear with me 2 ticks. Live. It's on. Right, cool. Okay. Right, okay. Hi to Lizzie, Patsy, Christine, Kay, Sandy. It's been a too fun kind of weekend so far for Patsy. Hey Viv, Gail, Dante, Peggy. Okay. Charlotte. Oh, lots of you coming in. How are we all doing? Are we all right? I have got my Night Orange London out to play today. Hey Alison, Charlotte, don't know if I said hi to Charlotte. Hey Anne-Marie. Are we all hot? Because I'm not. I'm quite lucky. I seem to be avoiding melting, which is quite good. Everybody else is, including Andy. Okay. Hey Cindy. Yeah, I think a few people have been struggling with the heat. I've been all right, as I said. It's been a bit weird. You know, I seem to have been just fine. Hey Kelly. Yeah, we've got a bit of a breeze here. I've just been out in the garden with Hannah, actually doing a bit of gardening. And it was quite nice, actually. We've been out for lunch today. I took my stepdad out. It was his birthday. 83. 83 or 82. It all blurs into one when you get to that age. Yeah, so we took him out for his birthday today, so I didn't have to cook. Hey Emily, good to be back. Been struggling with mental health, but God bless you. I haven't stitched in a while, but things are looking better. Time to get stitching again. Good stuff. Well, you know, we're always there to support, even if it's just a chat. I'm pretty sure that anyone in the group will have a chat with you if you need. Oh, thanks, Kay. Yeah, he's had a birthday cake and puss made out of him, you know, so it's all good. Hey, Norma. Hot today for Kelly. High expected 29. That's about what we've had today. 27, I think, 28, something like that. It got to 33, I think, on Friday. I was sat in a cardigan. Yeah, there you go. So even Gail there says here to chat, Emily. So you're not on your own. You know, the idea of, you know, this is the group and this and everything is to make stitches, to make connections with each other. Okay. So please don't feel alone. 20 Celsius where Charlotte is. Yeah, we've cooled down quite considerably now. I think we're about 23, something like that. So it is bearable. We've got the fan on, but the door is open as well for a little draft coming through. Not a leaf is sturdy all day. It's melting. I'm Scottish, not built for this weather. I go on holiday abroad from this kind of heat. Yeah, but 30 odd degrees abroad hits differently to 30 odd degrees at home, doesn't it? You guys are the best, the most supportive community. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're here for. I mean, we all suffer to some degree with our issues from time to time. And, you know, problems shared and all that. You know, so don't ever feel like you're alone. Kelly's going to come and go from chat as assembling a quilt back in. Ah, cool. No worries, Kelly. It's 28 where Lizzie is. 25 here yesterday, says Gail. Yesterday was 29. 20 here now, says Kate. Was 23 earlier. It hit 26 yesterday. Yeah. We have humidity in our heat. Yeah. Babe says 24 here, apparently. Yeah, I mean, I've had no problems with sleeping. You know, Andy doesn't like it. It gets very warm. Hey, Leslie. Hi, Ebony. So, usual reminder, Sew and Tell thread is open. So if you've not put something on the Sew and Tell thread, this is your gentle reminder to do so. Anyway, what are we all stitching on? Night Orange London for me, but what have you guys got out today? And Andy is here. He is in the room.
I'm here, but for the first sort of bit of this stream, I won't be involved. I'm listening back to this.
He's listening back to a video. Lauren's currently in the bath. Hannah's hibernating upstairs. And it was pointed out, well, so pointed out, it was mentioning no names, in a floss tube that these lives can be, I think the phrase used was a little chaotic in a good way. So yeah, let's have a good stream tonight and see what we can't get up to. Viv's working on more of the Pale Elf, Frosty Forest Foe. Frosty Forest for Charlotte at this moment. Peggy is continuing on Your Dreams. It is real life. Since when has that been organised? Never. Doesn't ring a bell. New start for Patsy from Pain Free Crafts. Wool in the Woods. Cool. Witchy now and Max Colour Haid, Lisa Parker, 45%. Way, dingle dingle. New start for Sandy, Etsy pattern, Peacock for my mum's 90th next March. Ah, wonderful. Back to Steampunk Owl for Cindy. Should finish page 5 during chat. Cool. Thorns in me. Awesome stuff. So I am I've had a couple of good stitchy days this week. Hey Senga. Emily is stitching on Ragnarok, a long dog sampler. Monochrome stitching has been an easy transition back into stitching. Cool. Kelly's letting fabric cool before she moves it along to press more of the seam. Good stuff. Silver Stitches wants to get more pain-free crafts with a pick review hanging over my head. I'm on a strict no-buy. Leslie is doing Medieval Market from Stitching Jewels. It's fantastic. Have you guys seen that Michelle Stitch Mania Stash is having a flash sale this weekend? There's some good bargains to be had, project bags, needle minders and other odds and ends, so definitely worth hopping over to the Stitch Mania Stash page and taking a look. What have I worked on this week? I've been working on Ice Dragon. I have Christmas Cat. Pandora's been worked on. And of course this one. Hey Queenie. Hanging out poolside with daughter, fiance and hubby. May stitch later. Cool. Carla. Hi Carla. Lizzie, Stitching Jewels has a website. Viv's just spent £500 on new glasses. Strict no buy for now. Oh dear. But you know, Definitely need the glasses, otherwise we can't stitch. We need a reason to have a no buy, right? I have been having a look at Stitches So Beautiful because I don't have one of their charts. So I joined their Facebook group yesterday and I've had a look through Etsy, and I think it's going to be a bit like Gecko Rouge. I think I'm going to have to look at it a few times and see what, eventually does, wave at me kind of thing. So it's awful. You've got to want something to wave at you. But nothing sort of struck out to me and said, stitch me, stitch me. Isn't it funny? I will be on a buying sesh soon enough because my Gold Club voucher is in from Gecko Rouge, which means I will be able to make my selection, which is nice. I bought a pattern from Stitches So Beautiful that looks exactly like a Nazgul, just saying. Well, Emily, why not put the link in the group or send it to me so I can have a look? That might just be something. My problem at the moment, says Kay, too many patterns are waving at me. Ah, bless you. Hey, it's a good problem to have though, right? You see, I was talking to Andy about it this morning, and I said that I like to have kitty glitter. I like to have for a pattern something that doesn't have a massive amount of background. Something that I will want to stitch to the very end, and something that when I look at it I think, yes, I will hang that up on my wall. And that's, the difficulty that I'm having at the minute. Gail says she's seen a few she likes recently, Gecko Rouge and Thread Geeks. Yeah. Did you guys see the new Bella Filipina that's been released? Oh my goodness. I saw it today when I was in the pub, and I said to Andy I'd be sorely tempted by that if not for the cost. It is absolutely amazing. Let me find it. Hawkins Hobbies are doing it. They're doing a pre-order, the full kit and stuff. But it's not cheap. Not cheap. Come on. Hey, Kay. Look at that. Isn't she just an absolute belter? I love her. Sorry, my screen is a bit grubby. So, this is called The Legend of Freya. Special design released to continue celebrating the 10th anniversary of Bella Filipina. So, the costs, pre-order for the kit without the fabric, £154. So, chart, the DMC specialist threads and the embellishment pack. The kit without the DMC and the fabric, so just the chart, the specialists and the embellishments, £116, and chart only, £34. But isn't she just, let me just clean my screen a minute, isn't she just stunning? I said to Andy, I said I love her, but I can't justify, you know, that kind of cost. It's a lot of money. Hey Catherine. Catherine's coming in from Facebook and says hi to all. But she's just amazing. So, yeah, I love her. But, yeah, at some point down the line, I may very well buy the chart. But I can't justify it at present. It's a lot of money. Hey, Marnie. Hello to everyone from Australia. First time catching live at 4:45 a.m. here and blooming something. Cold, I should imagine. Cold, yeah. Well, you're the opposite of us there, Marnie, because we are blooming hot for the most part here in the UK. We're having a heat wave. Although it was quite funny, I was watching an American lady, and she says, on a YouTube video, not a floss tube, something else I was watching, and she said, well, apparently the people in the UK are having a heat wave and it's hitting 30 degrees centigrade Celsius and people are struggling. She says, oh, it's hitting 40 here on a regular basis and we're not moaning. Well, we're not used to it. We are just not used to it. So yeah, anything above 27, 28 degrees, that's when British people really are like, oh, it's too warm.
Anything above 22, maybe.
Above 22, do you think?
I'd say. I struggle if it gets above 20, as you know.
That's a lie, she says, Dante, we are moaning. Oh, right. I'm not quite sure where this lady is in America, because, I mean, obviously America's a big place, and, you know, but, you know, I just thought to myself, you know, we're just not used to it. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have the houses designed for it. That's it.
Our houses are designed to keep the heat in.
Yep.
Which is fine in the winter. But,
yeah. For me, I don't have a hot temperature threshold, you know, because I've been in Tenerife. I can remember being in Tenerife at 10 o'clock in the morning, it being 40 degrees and it being fine. But I don't really have a hot temperature threshold, if that makes sense now, because the heat doesn't seem to bother me anymore.
Right. I
have a cold temperature threshold, though.
Eh?
I'm saying I have a cold temperature threshold. Anything below 14 degrees and forget it.
I have it on good authority that women prefer it to be warmer than men. Scientifically proven.
You could very well be right.
I am right. It's a scientific fact. Women like it a little bit warmer. This is why you guys don't struggle as much as we do in the summer. But come the winter time, you lot are moaning it's too blooming cold, and we're like, this is all right.
Hey, Maddie, you're not late at all. You're all good. 22, 25 is perfect spot for Dante. Yep. Sorry, for Lizzie. Being hot is awful, even with houses and AC, but you're hot up in the AC is useless anyway, says Dante. Yep. Maddie can't stand the heat. Yep.
Just out of interest, people, I don't know whether Nikki's already mentioned this because I have my headphones on and I couldn't hear anything for the first sort of 10 minutes or so. I put a post in the Simply Stitcher group earlier. Have you all seen it?
Oh, yeah. The Witchy Stitcher post. Yeah.
If you haven't, go and look at it. You are guaranteed to laugh.
So much depends on humidity and if we live under fans and with AC. Yeah, buildings in Europe are definitely not built that way. However, having said that, in parts of Europe, like in Spain, lots of houses and stuff do have air conditioning. When we stayed in Almeria a few years back, the apartment that we stayed in that had shutters and air conditioning, it was fabulous.
It was great, that.
The only thing that kept us up was the couple bonking in the next room. I'm not even joking. All we could hear was them bonking all night.
Well, it wasn't every night, was it?
It was. Do you not remember? Every night all we could hear was them moaning away. I'm thinking, Christ, I'm going to come round there and moan at you in a minute because you're being so flipping loud.
As I remember it, if you're comparing us to them, I think we beat them, did we not?
We may have done.
I think the score was 7-2, wasn't it?
I was fine with the heat before menopause, but now I can't cope. Yeah. But we're supposed to get 95 Fahrenheit or 35 Celsius, says Peggy. Emily, by the way, I posted an article pan. Cool, thank you. Leslie, where should we look for a laugh Andy missed it? It's in the post in Simply a Stitcher group,
Yeah.
Leslie. It's a repost of a Witchy Stitcher. I think it's Witchy Stitcher.
Witchy Stitcher, yeah.
She's done some horoscope patterns.
Yeah. Well, no, they're not patterns. What they are is they are horoscopes if you're a Stitcher.
Ah, Stitcher's horoscopes, yeah.
So basically it tells you, according to your horoscope, how you stitch. And Nikki's apparently was dead on.
Yeah, it was. I'm a Capricorn, by the way.
A couple of people have mentioned what their sign.
Yeah.
And whether they are as
yeah, so go check out your sign. Lizzie's not done any cross stitching because it's too hot. Yeah. You see, what I do, I get the sun on my front of my house in the morning. So I purposely keep my living room curtains closed. Front door?
No, it's fine.
Purposely keep my living room curtains closed. So my living room doesn't heat up.
Best idea.
Yes, we seem to have done quite well with it. Dante's a Libra, but hers was wrong though. Lizzie says she doesn't do star signs on anything. I'm a Capricorn, says Bib, not sure if it's right for me. Ashley says hers is half accurate. Hey, Ashley.
Hey, half accurate's better than nothing.
Yeah. 37. Charlotte says Scorpio.
My mum's a Scorpio.
Mm.
Fiery sign.
Patsy's a Capricorn and not so accurate. I don't know, Patsy.
Well, I mean, considering you're a Capricorn too, I mean, you should be able to tell us.
Maddie is a Libra.
Oh,
so October time, your birthday, Maddie? September, October? Okay, Kelly's quote backing is pressed and done. Golly's also a Libra. Emily, as a Leo, she is on point. I should add more glitter.
I like it.
My retreat is in 4 days. Oh, fine. So excited. cool. That is just brilliant, that, Ashley. Where is it you're going to? And how many days is it for? How many projects are you taking? Are you like me and take more projects than you do personal items and clothes? If you're staying?
Do let us know.
Patsy, this is Night Orange, London. Oh, crikey. Come on. It's this one. And most of this building is done. Well, the bottom section of it. So I'm just working in this bit here. Got the road deer walking past my house, says Gail, just sitting watching. Oh, lovely. Ashley's Prince Edward Island in 3 nights. Don't know what I'm taking. I still can't make up my mind. Yeah. You want at least 3 projects, 1 for every day, and then one just in case, and 1 for if you get bored, and 1 one for in case somebody else is stitching the same projects as what you're doing, and you know. I usually take, if I'm going just to a day retreat, I usually take 2 projects. 1 for the morning and 1 for the afternoon. So I have to pack a separate bag, is what you're saying. Well, I have seen people walk into day retreats with a little pull-along wagon full of stitchy stuff. Why on earth restrict yourself to a separate bag where you could have a whole trolley?
Well, good point.
Thought it was a London one. Yeah. Yeah, the other one is the Tower Bridge one in the blues. I love London. I just don't get to go often enough. I'm taking a whole bag of giveaway stuff as well. Oh, cool. I love double-handed stitching. I do my left hand on top, right under. Don't know why, but maybe I do it backwards. You do. You find what's right, Maddie, really. And, you know, there's no right and wrong way for two-handed stitching. You know, people, if you're right-handed, a lot of right-handed stitchers have their right hand underneath, but for me, it feels better to have my right hand on the top. You know, it's just really what's right for you. Do you get any of it done, or do you just sit and chat? I get quite a lot done at retreats usually. I usually do quite well. I wish I could go to London. There's so much history. Yeah, there is. I'm right-handed and my right hand is always on top. Yep. Maddie and Viv, I taught myself how to do big stitch quilting by doing what you do. May have to try it with cross stitch, but I don't have a frame or anything. Left-handed sometimes awkward for me. Yeah, but you know, I mean, I'm ambidextrous, so I can use, you know, my hands interchangeably. It doesn't matter. But I do tend to favour my right hand simply because I sit on the right hand side of my sofa and I can rest my elbow on the armrest. So, but I have been known, when I'm very close to the left hand side, I have been known to have my left hand on top, because otherwise underneath it just catches the frame. Oh, email's logged me out. Annoying. Yep. BT internet email, it's just a pain in the neck. Oh, I did. Excuse me. I think my left hand would have a breakdown if I put it on top. Yeah, I was the same, Kelly. I did mine for years one-handed. It wasn't until I actually got I think my first floor stand was an Elbacy one. I think it was it an Elbacy one? And then I taught myself two-handed stitching. I actually had a double pointed needle as well for cross stitch. So I didn't have to turn the needle, but I soon fell out with that. Hey Greetcha. It would be lovely to stitch double-handed, certainly faster, but I can't do squat with my non-dominant hand. It takes a lot of time to teach a non-dominant. It took me a few months. Ombudsman has taken Patsy's cases and you've got enough evidence. Yay!
How about you just swap hands for a couple of minutes and show people that you can actually do it left-handed?
No, I can't be bothered.
just thought.
But I'm multitasking, so... And if I do stitch with my left hand, I have to concentrate a bit harder.
Well, I mean...
Current stitch is not as precise as cross stitch. So my left hand could find a stitching spot easily enough. Yeah. Couldn't get away with one of those, says Senga. Learning two-handed stitching was such a game changer, says Emily. I started enjoying stitching more. Yeah. But some people can only stitch one-handed. Some people will stitch using the sewing method. Some people, stitch. Everybody stitches in a different way. And, if we were all the same, it'd be a boring world, wouldn't it? Every time you say creature, I think you said creature. I'm not entirely sure if I'm pronouncing it properly, but I think I am. Creature's not said anything yet, so. I had an email from a lady in, I think it was South America today. Oh, yesterday, whenever it was, a couple of days ago. In Spanish. That was nice. Or was it from Spain? Actually from Spain, I can't remember. But I know a lady from South America. I also have an email as well to share with you guys from Sandy in Canada. My Lowry has been a game changer for me, says Viv. Yeah. Oh, that was the first stand I had. A Posilock stand. And then I got an Elbacy one. And then when I got my Lowry. I've had my Lowry about 3 years now. Love it. It's creature and he would not go near any muddle tech. Yeah. My dad's been eyeing my Lowry. Yeah. They are a game changer. Love mine. I just love the versatility of it and I can travel with it. Last time we went on holiday, when we went to Pagham, I was like, this car better have room for my Lowry in it. So I took Mary Princess to Pagham. She was there with me the whole week. I have a Lowry set up in the bedroom, says Ebony, and a lap stand for downstairs. Love them both. Yep. Not quite sure what's going on out there. I wish I could get one in my bedroom, but it'll get in the way too much. Yeah. Do you know what? The only place I stitch is right here where I am. Andy suggested to me about stitching outside. And I'm like, no. You know, when it's warm weather, I mean, the light has to be right. There can't be any wind, because otherwise all your stuff blows about everywhere. You know, and it's hard to see. We all know it's hard to see a digital screen when you're in the sunshine. So Pat's got a midgie in there dive bombing it. Oh, that's rude. How rude. Also let you guys know. Oh, excuse me. This week's floss tube. It will be from the knee, because my tooths are back at the dentist. I'm having my refit, so I won't be on camera this week, but I will still do a floss tube. There's a group, Leslie, or some, I think it's a group called Cross Stitch Stands and Frames. Sometimes they do have some UK posts on there. So, you know, if you are in search of and you don't want to buy a new, try popping a post on there and ask if anybody's in the UK is selling one. You might get a bargain. Missed the last 15 minutes after a neighbour knocked on the door and asked for something. Says Alison. Naughty neighbour. Yeah, cross-stitch stands and frames. They're primarily in America, but you do every so often spot a UK one in there. But you can do, you could always ask, you know, in search of a UK, you know, if you're happy to, you know, perhaps look at a second-hand one, because they're not cheap, are they? I've seen a few K's Creations ones pop up on there, and a few other different kinds of stands. Some people have been selling Patokis and stuff as well. I think the Patoki stand is not as popular as it was, or, you know, certainly a lot of people who wish to buy one are now no longer, you know, or wanting to part company with theirs. Oi! What's the matter, Hannah?
I was supposed to wash my hair.
Is this it's Lauren's phone, isn't it?
I was only washing my hair, so I thought that Andy would tell me when you lot got at it back.
No, because Lauren went in, so
Yeah, but if I'm not washing my hair, I do it before Lauren gets in the
Well,
bath.
we didn't see a
That's the
message.
way.
I haven't seen a message. I've been streaming since 7:30. Sorry,
But I
guys.
told Andy when he come in that wants to
Well,
wash my hair.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Then Lauren's been hit back up because she's
Hannah.
drained it.
if Lauren's going back upstairs, could you tell her about that, please?
As for a fluffy pink pig that they've thrown over the fence right into my prized nettle patch, oh heck. Well, not so much an argument, just Hannah not knowing when people are out the bath. What was the thing with the phone, Andy? I didn't hear you because the car going past. Say again.
It said, make sure Grandad chases up complaint. It's an alarm.
Oh. Okay. Fair enough.
So I have no idea what that's
Today is 40 years since Live Aid, apparently. And it also is my sister's birthday. So it's my stepdad's was yesterday. We took him out for his dinner today. It's my sister's today. She's up in Scotland, so it's not so easy to nip round and take her out for dinner. However, you know, I provided her with funds so she can pick herself a present of her choice, and she's going to get herself some new bedding, which will be nice. Oh my god, I feel old. Yeah.
Did you win that in Slimmer of the Week? Because if you did, I'll have it now for me too.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I'll have it.
Yep. I remember Live Aid, Band Aid, the Mercury concert. Oh, big events, weren't they? Somebody put a post on Facebook the other day saying I was 10. Somebody put a post on Facebook the other day, and the post said, what news article, what's the oldest thing that you can, you know, what's your earliest memory of a big event in the news? And I had to really struggle to find in my mind, you know, what it would be, because I just couldn't, you know. I remember Prince Charles and Lady Diana's wedding. I was 6. I can remember, obviously, things like the miners' strike. I can vaguely remember John Lennon being shot. It's interesting, isn't it? Your earliest memory. What's your earliest memory, Andy?
Of an event in the
of
news?
an event, yeah.
Saddam invading Kuwait.
It was in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Panama disaster, Diana's wedding. Yep. Elvis Presley passing away. Held a free enterprise. God, I remember that. Held a free enterprise when they left the bow doors open on the ferry. You wouldn't have been alive, I don't think, when Herald of Enterprise sank.
When was it?
I can't remember. You might have been alive, actually.
Well, if it was before 1984, definitely not.
I remember Elvis dying. I was 5 and can remember my big sister crying. Yeah. I don't remember Elvis's death, but what I do have a strong memory of my auntie, who was very upset about it, and every Christmas after that she used to get upset because Elvis was dead. And my auntie died in 1998, I think.
Elvis,
something like that. I just about remember the miners' strike. Yeah, I remember the miners' strike because my dad was a steel worker, and I can remember my dad having to be on a 3-day working week because there was no coal for the furnaces. Aberfan, 1966. Yeah. Yeah, that was a biggie. It's funny, isn't it? You know, I can remember things like the Piper Alpha disaster, the Exxon Valdez disaster, obviously Chernobyl. I remember that in 1986. The other royal weddings, Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew getting married. Yes, the Queen's Annus Horribilis and Windsor Castle burning. I can remember Margaret Thatcher retaining power. And then, you know, her being ousted from Downing Street and has ended up with John Major. My cousin got married the day Princess Diana died. I was actually, it was funny because I got married to my ex-husband in June 1997. And I was we lived in the south of England, and I was up in Yorkshire visiting my mum. And we'd been out to the pub. There was me, my mum, my stepdad, and my ex-husband. We'd all been out to the pub, and we got back to hers. We were all, you know, a bit tipsy and what have you. Bearing in mind, it's 1997. Hi, Enid. And we were watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show because it was on the telly when we came in. So we were having a bit of a laugh and some supper and watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And then it was interrupted. There was a thing on the bottom of the screen saying that there was an important news bulletin. You know, they were going to interrupt the programme for a news bulletin, and it turned out that Princess Diana had been in the car crash at that point, and it sobered us up pretty quickly. Oh, Maddie, thanks for reminding me. I'll get on with that in a sec. My brother was doing the paper rounds on Sunday morning, came home to the news of Diana's death. Yeah.
I remember that because we were, at the time, I was living at home with my mum and dad, and my I was on my own because my sister and my brother had already moved out a few years since, and we were supposed to be going, the three of us, to Chatsworth House on that Sunday, and we didn't go because this happened. Now I'm not quite sure why they decided not to go on the grounds that Diana had died, but
yeah,
Chatsworth's not a royal house, is it?
Well, no, but it is there are aristocracy, aren't there? Can we do the show and tell jingle, please, my love?
Oh, is it that time already?
It is. We'll come back to news items.
Right, okay. I'll just play it.
So gather round, it's your time to show. Every cross stitch, every row. So and tell your art will shine bright. Join us now, it's the stitching delight.
I've got my legs out again.
It's your time to show. And the world of needle, everything's divine. Every story stitch by stitch by stitch. So and tell what creativity's born.
Okay, so we're going to go and see what you guys have been working on. Just have another little look at this. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's just so beautiful, isn't it? Oh,
What is it?
that seahorse.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you fancy getting me an anniversary present,
How much is it?
the chart alone is £35. But I would potentially need some other stuff to go with it.
Like what?
Well, certainly the embellishment packs, you're looking at 116. The
Sure.
speciality threads.
Get it on, juggle.
Okay, right, so Oh gosh, that is lovely. That could be the one. I didn't see this earlier when I was scrolling through Stitch Is So Beautiful website. What comes in the night? Wow. That is amazing. Andy.
Hello.
It's the it looks like the Nazgul.
The what? The what? Sorry.
The Nazgul.
The Nazgul.
Yeah, which is from the Lord of the Rings. Oh, I love that.
I'll take your word for it. I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, love that. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Right, okay, so we're going to kick off with a finish. Cindy has finished the vintage 1976 Country Winter, done on 14 count ivory Ada 12-1 full cross. It's a gift for her daughter. Amazing.
Well done.
Amazing. Well done, Cindy. That looks lovely. And it's really nice to see vintage patterns being done. Very, very pretty. Michelle has shared an update about her cat, Tilly. Unfortunately, poor Tilly is going to be going to the vets on Wednesday. A very, very tough decision. But I hope very much that, you know, Michelle knows that we're all there for her and we will absolutely support her. Fur babies are our friends. So, yeah, the Witchy Stitcher shared zodiac signs on cross stitches, which is quite good. Kay has also been busy doing stitches, me's and floss tubes, so please do go and show her your support. And Patricia has a new start, Shut Up, designed by Hoop Modern Stitch from Etsy.
New start.
Yeah, new start. And there is the mock-up. I might do this actually. I might get this and do this for snot bags at work. What do you think? One of my colleagues are called her snot bags.
You have all sorts of different names for her.
Yeah, but mainly snot bags. And Jennifer yesterday also has a finish. She's removed the ear and used all DMC thread. This is a scrap piece of Ada. It's 16 count. She's going to iron around the button because there's a little heart-shaped button on Mr. Snowman there. It's a Snowman 2024 by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Started on May the 7th and finished on the 11th of July. So cute. Beautiful stitching. Can't wait to see that one FFO'd.
Fully finished object.
Heather has shared some of her June stitching. 2 projects with bugs. The Sunflower from Botty Threads and Quilted Bees by Long Dog Samplers. So that is her progress on sunflowers. And the other one from Long Dog Samplers, I think she said. Cool. Yeah, Quilted Bees. And Patricia finished. This is the small library by Stitching Jules design on Ada. It's a 70 count, but I'm feeling that could be a misprint.
70 count?
Mm-hmm.
Blooming heck. How can you stitch on 70
Yeah,
count?
she said here she uses a zoom. But yeah. So there we go.
You need to have proper good eyesight for that, surely.
You don't necessarily have glasses, you have binoculars. I think that is all the other bits and bobs. It is. Right, let's go back up to the live stream thread. Come on. Okay. Let's see. All comments. Oh. Go away, keyboard. Sarah was away in Iceland this week. Managed to do 400 stitches more on elephant as the room didn't get too dark at night and it was still light at 1 a.m. So she's doing now this elephant, which is a printed kit. And it's looking fab. And, you know, at 1 a.m, if it's still light, why not be stitching? Michelle is busy working on her beautiful pink fairy, another stamped cross-stitch kit. And she's looking at you. Awesome stuff. Erte got a page finish. Got a page finish yesterday on this beautiful piece.
Page finish.
I believe it's a cat. Yeah, there we go. It's a Tilton Crafts one. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Andy. I'm enabling Andy here. Awesome stuff. Kelly, he's almost done on this little tiny star project. Should be finished by July floss tube, possibly FFO'd. Awesome stuff, Kelly. Oh, excuse me. Oh, looking lovely.
Yeah, what about the stitching? That was me paying you a compliment, woman.
It's all right, I'll thank you later. Boots and Flowers, Lars Stewart, Heaven and Earth Design from Tory, 28 count 1/1, full cross, 89% complete. So get in there, if not be long. And Tori has shared the mock-up. Okay. Charlotte, Frosty Forest Snow Girls Cottage should be finished by next Sunday or earlier. No, should be finished.
That wasn't a full bell, as you can tell. It was a little preview bell.
Ah, well, let's try and save full bells for finishers. Charlotte here has shared the mock-up. Super cute. And she then comments further to say, indeed, it will be an earlier finish than next Sunday. So looks like we've got this section of the front of the house to do. And she just comments there saying, maybe I'll get it finished during the live.
Ooh.
Fingers crossed.
Ooh.
It's looking super, Charlotte.
They don't require bells, these things.
They certainly do. Peggy. You're going off premature there, Andy, says Ashley. Peggy, finally moved to hoop so I can show a full progress pic. Your Dreams, Jodie Bergsma, Heaven and Earth Design. 1/1, full cross, 25 counts, even weave at 42.5% completed. It looks wonderful, Peggy. I absolutely love it. So, yeah, love that. And Peggy has shared her mock-up. Just grab a drink while you're having a look at that. And Lizzie got 1K words written yesterday, dear. Okay. Celia. Hey, Hannah. Celia has managed 2,000 cross stitches since last sew and tell, and at 61,000 out of 278,750, or 21.88% of North American mammals. Ciro Marchetti. So just scroll in a little bit there. So you can see there the eagle, and then there's a wing here coming in. It's looking awesome, Celia. And Celia has shared the mock-up. So, yeah. It's a beautiful piece, that. Okay, Sharon is away this weekend, so she will not be joining, but she just say have a great chat, everyone. Ebony is currently working towards the first page finish on Arabic Princess. Artwork is by Genovia Art, charted by Haid at 3.15%. Are you any further, Ebony? Are you at a page finish yet? Do let me know. And here is the mock-up. Isn't she just stunning? There's somebody else who's got this one as well. Oh, Ebony's finished the page. Awesome stuff. Page finish.
Oh, sorry.
Well done, Ebony. Who is it who's doing this? It'll come to me. Jane has made progress. Thread the needle. Thank you, Lizzie. That's it. Vanny from Thread the Needle. That's it. Thank you. Jane has made progress on Tap Dancers by Long Dog Samplers. She's completed page 8. I realised it was better to stitch this bit going right to left. Sadly, our dance lessons are back on after the funeral of one of the teachers, so I will not be able to join you as often on a Sunday, but there is always the thread and every other video I can enjoy and the ability to catch up. Always is. So, yeah.
Sorry, sweetheart. You're it for the bell for a minute. I'm going to have to go time it.
All right, okay. No worries. So, yeah, it's looking awesome, Jane. And I just love the colours there that you've put in on this one. Okay, Viv is getting close to 33% on the Pale Elf. Are you there yet, Viv? Artist is Critterbug, charted by Thread Geeks. Not got as much done as she wanted this weekend, but she will take any progress. So the way I see it is, a stitch done is a stitch less to do. So, you know, progress is progress. Whether it's 1 stitch, 10 stitches, 100 stitches, it's always one less to do. Think of it like that. And where is it? Viv has shared the mock-up. Aye, 33.24%. Milestone reached, 3rd through. That should feel very, very good to get to a 3rd through there, Viv. There we go. Cheryl is working on her Disney cross stitch as usual, and it's coming along a treat. We've got some dwarves coming in, and it looks like we've got a Donald Duck. But yeah, awesome stuff. Loving seeing that one progressing week on week, Cheryl. So good, she posted it twice. Alice, not sure you can tell everywhere I've stitched, but this is going to be one bright cat. I certainly can, Alice. So when I zoom in, I can see that you've put some stitches in the top here, some whiskers, a little around the collar, and quite a significant amount on the bottom of this lovely stamp kit. And you started to go in on those flowers as well. It is going to be one bright cat, but it's going to be lovely. And So Good Fellow, she also posted it twice. Jane has restarted her Haid Stitching Shelf by Amy Stewart once upon a time. Not got very far, possibly around 500 stitches. Looks more than that to me. We'll post the photo of the pattern separately. It looks like more like a near enough 1,000 stitches on that. So, hey, it's 1,000 stitches of progress. Awesome stuff. And she has shared the mock-up. That looks like Once Upon a Fairy Tale to me. Although I could be wrong. Should say once upon a time at the bottom, but is it once upon a fairy tale? Still. Witching Hour Max Colour Haid artwork, Lisa Parker, on some 25 count even weave, using CXC threads, 1/1 full cross, 286 stitches so far, taking to an overall stitch count of 103220 out of 229600, or 44.96%. And Kay has shared the mock-up below. Have you got to 45% yet, Kay? And Kay has shared here the mock-up, Witching Hour Max Colours, Lisa Parker, Heaven and Earth Designs. It's quite a big one, this, 400 wide by 574, so, you know, it's quite a sizable. Oh yes, you did, didn't you, at the start of the stream? So, nearly finished a flame in this diagonal, but let's give you another little tinkle there, Kay. Awesome stuff. I'm not as expert at tinkling the bell as Andy. Hannah says, rubbish week all round this week, almost finished, but not quite. Hey, nearly there, Hannah, nearly there. And like I said, a stitch done is a stitch less to do. So, yeah, another lovely, bright coloured piece. Kay is busy working on part 3 of the Haid Bunny. 75.53%. 75% milestone reached of the combined parts. Super cute. And your back looks ever so neat. I don't tend to worry too much about my backs. Patsy is doing a new start in memory of her big sister, Mary Ann. The two things that she loved, wool and the woods, so it's perfect. It's called Wool in the Woods, Scott Howden, chartered by Pain-Free Crafts, and Patsy stitching this on 18 count Ada, 2/1 and at 1.08%. So I think we're going to have a new start, Tinkle. The expert bell ringer is back.
Yeah, Chief Bell Ringer's back.
Okay, and here is the mock-up. Look at that, isn't she cute? She's lovely. I think you're going to enjoy stitching her, Patsy, because it looks to me like every page there is something to stitch. Well, there's something on every page, but it's not plain, if you get what I mean. New start for our Sandy, so we're going to have another tinkle tinkle there for a new start. This is 20 count, 2/1 tent. It's for her mum's 90th birthday in March, and she's mad about peacocks. Well, we've got two fabulous looking ones on there. And Sandy is doing this on the diagonal. Super neat. And she is 5,029 out of 90,000, or 5.59%. And the pattern is from Etsy, so a couple of milestones there as well. 5,000 stitches, 5%, all good. Emily is busy stitching on Ragnarok by Long Dog Samplers. Started stitching at bottom right, since she wants to change the text at the top of the pattern to a quote from Old Norse, and I'm too lazy to figure out how to rechart it yet. Well, you stitch how it makes you feel good. Oh, look at your needle minder. It's Tree of Life. Oh, by the way, somebody asked if the Tree of Life Sal can be for any Tree of Life pattern, and the answer is yes. Doesn't have to be the Cross Stitch Studio one. And here is the mock-up for Ragnarok. Gosh, there's a lot to look at in that as well. come on. And she says, the quote I want to change is in Old Norse says, do you want to know more and what? A quote from an Old Norse poem that tells the story of Ragnarok, where a resurrected dead prophetess giving all the gory deets about the end of the world. Here she asks God Odin what else he wants to know about Ragnarok. Cool. Jennifer is working on Starry Night by Van Gogh, charted by Haid, on 20 count easy grid. I'm 8.98% as we start the stream. I should just slow down, shouldn't I?
What on earth was that?
I've no idea.
It was outside, wherever it was.
Yeah. Okay. And Jennifer has shared the mock-up. If you don't know Starry Night by now, such a famous piece. And Jennifer is now at 9.05%. 9% milestone on Haid. Ashley is still going on this one. The burnout is real. Joan Elliott's Spellbound on 28 count lamplight from pulse stitches to over 2. It's looking lovely though, Ashley, you know, and I'm pretty sure that you will get there with it. I mean, the other option is take it with you to the retreat. You might feel focused to work on it and get a retreat finish. You know, most retreats have a retreat bell for a finish. It is lovely. And here is the mock-up. So we've just really got the skirt to do. A few other bits, but mainly the skirt. I think you can do it, Ashley. Go, Ashley. Go, Ashley. Don't make us all cheer you. Ivy is busy working on the black for Good Omens stained glass. 16 count 2 over 1. Awesome stuff, Ivy. Cool. Right, so, oh. Hey, Charlotte has finished the stitches. Nicely done, Charlotte. Yay, way to go. Okay, let me see if there are new comments on this thread. No, that's it. Okie dokie. Right, let me lock this one. And next place I need to go is my inbox, because Catherine is on the last pass of London. She's reached the bottom, 30,250 stitches left. She's working on London by Ciro Marchetti, Heaven and Earth Design. So we can see the bottom, and Catherine is plugging away, ploughing on to get London finished. Nicely done, Catherine. Just over 30,000 left. It'll be done soon, I'm pretty sure. Come on, notifications. Oh, I had a friend request from Johnny Depp, no less. Okay. Email. So I said I got an email to share you from Sandy over in Canada. So just an update. She says, June updates. Nicola, how are you? From your last stitch with me, everything seems well. Yep. First of all, let your daughter know that she looked like she stepped off the cover of a magazine. So beautiful. Let Andy know he has a choice to be a butler or not, but he must remain the bellboy. Thank you for your kindness and speaking out in regards to Siske. My sentiments also. I commend you guys for doing these YouTube videos, putting your lives so open to community so we can enjoy and craft together. Thank you again. This is my cross stitch piece, the finished piece I started last October, just finished a week ago. This is how far I am on Junebug. I would not be doing Christmas in July, My goal to finish Junebug before the year end. Have a great weekend. And this is a lovely stitching that Sandra has done. She says you look like you stepped off the front cover of a magazine.
Oh.
For some reason it will not allow me to
That looks nice.
blow that picture up any. But there we go. 3 ladies having tea. Do you know what it reminds me of? The 3 ladies on the Titanic. What do you mean, Lizzie? How gullible do these people think they are? Not sure I follow. Strange. Yes, it is a lovely project. Okay. Okay. Right. Lauren is in the house.
Not for long.
She's leaving the house. She's had her bath. Okay, so now back to the stitching. So if you've contributed to Sew and Tell, thank you very, very much. You've all done some absolutely phenomenal stitching. And yeah, a lovely, lovely variety. Nice to see. And that bell is getting worn out. So yeah. Awesome stuff. So yeah, so going back to what we were talking about earlier, oh yeah, Kelly Echoes there as well. Well, excellent work. Really enjoy seeing all the projects. Yeah. And Sandy Gorton says, well done everyone. Kay says, nice work everyone. And also, hi Lauren, bye Lauren. So yeah, so going back to earlier, I was having to rack my brains quite hard to think of news from my childhood, a news story that I remembered. I think certainly the Royal Wedding, 1981. I do vaguely remember about John Lennon. I certainly remember, I can remember music better than news events. It's weird, isn't it? I can remember when Imagine was at #1, when Hey Mickey was in the charts, when Video Killed the Radio Star was out, that kind of thing. And the birth of the New Romantics. Oh my God, all these people walking around with lipstick on, all these blokes walking around with makeup on, and people were like, in the 80s, it was like, this shouldn't be happening. I had a final countdown going in my head all weekend. Yeah. It's funny. I was watching a documentary on YouTube about the New Romantics, about the Blitz kids from the Blitz Club in London. You know, about Boy George and Marilyn and who's the guy? Steve Strange. And I was more listening to the music than anything. I was having a little chair dance and everything. But yeah, I mean, early 80s music, New Romantics, you know, the late punk era, and then you had lots of weird music come out in the 80s as well. There's some strange stuff come out in the charts, didn't we? But for me, the best year, bar none, for music, for me, was 1984. Just happens to be the year that my beloved was born. But the best year for me was 1984.
Thank you. Checks in the post.
In music. Do people write checks still?
I don't. I haven't written one for years. Can't remember last time I wrote a check, and what was it for?
Half time, England 4, Wales 0. Is that rugby? Cricket? No, not rugby, cricket,
No, it's
will it?
football.
Football.
The women's Euros.
Oh, right, okay. I don't think I haven't written a check in ages. I think the last time I went to get to write a check, they still had the wrong name on my checkbook, and I put in a complaint to the bank. They sent me a new checkbook, and it still had the wrong name on it.
You used to have a check guarantee card as well.
Yeah, which was just basically a debit card. I think we're spoiled now with bank transfers and stuff. My husband got a nice looking toiletries bag and showed it to me, so I said, "Yoink, I'm stealing it for my cross stitching." I walked away saying I was joking, but he told me I should buy one then. Ooh, why not? Dee 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 dee. $43. Oh, not that one. I want that one. You're a stubborn Luddite, Emily, writing checks all the time. Very occasionally for Viv, mostly just for birthdays. I can't remember last time I wrote one. I think it's probably when Hannah was in school. Yeah, absolutely, Lizzie. I have a checkbook, but internet banking's made things easy with PayPal and Google Pay, Apple Pay, every other pay system. Yeah. I mean, for schools, we had something called Parent Pay, which is like a platform where you just log in and, you know, your bill is there and you just pay it. My husband got a tool bag for Father's Day. He's a gamer, no tools. He said this will be great for your craft, so it's mine now. Oh, heck. I don't have a checkbook, says Kate. No. I don't think I do either. But yeah, with schools we use Parent Pay. If you pay for goods, you pay for them there and then online, don't you? No other reason really for a check. It's like, you know, even like with solicitors' fees and things, I just pay it directly into the solicitor's bank account. At least last year I had to write checks for rent because the online portal was a rent for nightmare. Yeah. You just hate all the convenience fees for long online pay. I don't think there should be any. I actually really object to doing things like concert tickets. And it's a digital ticket, but they'll still charge you a booking fee and a admin fee and this and that and the other. Mind you, I was quite annoyed last week when we went to Lauren's thing at school. They said your tickets are free, but you have to download the Ticketmaster app, create an account and log in and retrieve your tickets that way. And I was like, it's a free event. Why are they making me do this? So I had to mess about and download an app for one event, which I will delete and probably never use again. I agree, yeah, especially if they expect you to print it out. Exactly. Kelly's off to do laundry. No worries, Kelly. Lovely to see you today. All being well, see you Wednesday. Viv bought a ticket this week. It was about £10 in fees. Crikey, what was the ticket for? I think that's just cheeky, that £10 in fees. I think Ticketmaster are one of the worst. Flipping frog, says Patsy, going to make a coffee. No worries. Tell that frog to hop off. Going to see Mika in Manchester. Oh, cool. Didn't know he was still touring. I see Lewis Capaldi's gig sold out in about a nanosecond. I've seen him 4 times.
Look,
4 times, yeah. I saw him before he was famous. He's my mate, so I didn't need to go. Squash it. Kay says, keep the frog down there. You've already sent the midge over to her. I went to an Amazon-owned grocery store, Whole Foods, this morning. One of the pay methods was to scan your fingerprint to get a Prime discount. Oh, hell no. If they start asking you for your fingerprint to do your shopping, that is a whole lot of nope. I know you probably leave your fingerprints all over the supermarket anyway, but still. That is them collecting data, collecting critical data, collecting biometric data. No. Only person that should legally have your fingerprints is the police, and that's only if they've got just cause to. Absolutely not. I'm afraid if that were me, I wouldn't be shopping at Whole Foods. Yes, Enid, absolutely. It was horrific. I was like, I thought we had at least another year or so until we're fully descended into utopian hellscape. Crikey. It's not that bad, is it, Emily? Viv's going to call it a night. Working late Wednesday, so watch on catch up. No worries, babe. Well done on reaching your 3rd. And you keep on going, lass. You keep going. Take care. Have a great week. Use finger recognition to get into my phone, but for shopping, nope. You see, I don't even do that. I still have a passcode. I've got face recognition. But it doesn't like it when I haven't got my teeth in. Oh, Patsy, you're in trouble now. It sounds like the frog's hopped over to Kay. Uh-oh. Yes, same as me, Lizzie. Face recognition and a passcode. Anything else than that is a nope. Girls use fingerprint. I don't. I won't. Not for me, not today. Thank you. I'm sorry, Apple devices demand me typing the code into enable Face ID anyway, alright. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm an Android girl. I know very little about Apple. Also says, Ashley, I don't think I mentioned, I have an interview for that job on Wednesday, so on the live, then I'll let you know how it went. Oh, cool. Yes, do. Yeah, I tried an iPhone, I didn't like it. I found Safari to be very weird. And, didn't like that I couldn't do what I wanted to do with the phone, but with Samsung and Android, no problem at all. And I am a Samsung gal. I so want a new phone, says Lizzie. This one's got a smashed screen. I got about 4 months before I can replace it. Yeah, we're very big on screen protectors in this house. Lauren is particularly bad for dropping her phone. We've all got screen protectors on and all in various states, but the screens underneath are perfect. Screen protectors in a jelly case, you can't go wrong. I can remember coming in from Andy's parents one day and doing something very similar, Lizzie. I've got a tiled floor in my kitchen, and I dropped my phone, it landed on its back and smashed straight across the screen. And, you know, it cost quite a bit to get the screen replaced because, you know, it almost cost more than the phone was worth. Can't find a poster or video or anything about using a foldable toiletries bag for... Oh, well. Make one then, Enid. When you've worked it out. Maybe put it up on your channel. You know, that cross-stitching doesn't have to cost a bunch, because you can very often in everyday items find something that you can utilise for cross-stitch. What's your everyday item for cross-stitch? I watch your content. I don't comment every time, but I do watch it. But yeah, that's an interesting question. What's your everyday item that you use for cross-stitching? For me, it's my tweezers, because that flipping kitty glitter gets everywhere. Oh, I made 2,900 subscribers.
Cool.
Eventually. Oh, pardon me. Excuse me. Lasagna's not sitting terribly well. I'm short of a lot of ants. That's almost 2k views and no one subscribed. I don't tend to do shorts. I've only done a couple. They don't tend to get much YouTube traffic. It's my magnifying stand. I couldn't stitch without it. Yep. For me, my everyday object is a folding table. Because my folding table holds my laptop, my stands are clamped to it. Not my stand, my phone holder is clamped to it. My magnifier is clipped to it, and my table holds a multitude of things. Stitching masterpieces uses silicone trivet when a needle gets stuck to pull it through, which I thought was genius. Yeah. Daylight lamp, bags for life to keep projects in. Yeah, that's a good one. Stitched a duckling. Yes, I saw that, Enid. It's that duckling. It's lovely. Should get her into our group. She's on Facebook. I've used sheen bags. Sheen to keep projects in. Because they're handy with the little zippers on them.
You'll make use of anything, you will.
Yeah. I often said to Andy, "Oh, what's that little pot? Keep that because I'll use it." I often do. Oh, she's too young. Oh, I get it. No worries at all, Enid. Yes, it's funny, isn't it? We all of us use everyday bits and bobs. Music stand. I keep my tablet and things on a music stand. I have a trolley from IKEA that I put all of my projects on. How many people in a Facebook group now? Last I saw, Patsy, 553. And yep, there isn't a day goes by. There's a lot of interest at the moment, which is nice. Apparently her friend has a pet duckling, likes the stitch she made for him. Ah. In Wales, we're thinking of having an age limit on smartphones. Nobody younger than 14 can have one. I agree with that to some extent. It's all very well and good having these rules, but who's enforcing them? That would be the question I'd ask. How are they being enforced? Is it just a sale of smartphones to somebody at 14? Because I tell you what, I don't know any 14-year-old that's going out and buying a smartphone. Parents are doing it. Cottage cream pot for oats. I keep my scissors in a flower frog, says Hannah. A jam jar for oats and a cracked teacup for Enid. I've let 2 people in during this stream. Oh, cool. That'll be 555 then.
All the fives.
I had a lady comment and she said on one of the streams, I don't think I've mentioned this yet on my Stitch With Me, although I could have, I could be wrong. And she was saying about how, you know, she looked at the stream and was like a bit, not quite sure of this. But then watched it and really thoroughly enjoyed it, and hopefully is going to get more involved, which would be really nice. Yeah, you should post it, Enid, and post it in the group as well. You know, let the guys see and just let them know your daughter's taking up the cross stitching and this is what she's done. It's always lovely, especially, and it would inspire people with younger people to stitch. There's no age limit, is there? Not like smartphones in Wales, apparently. If it ever gets through, but as I said, I don't think they would be able to enforce it. A very old Nescafe storage jar that belonged to Grandma. Oh, something vintage then. I have tins. This this is one I have. So from last Christmas, Marks and Spencer's tin with the jelly beans, fruit jellies and stuff. But it's become one of those tins. Excuse my knees. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, no. So I've got all my clips, my fabric scissors, which I've hidden. I've got a couple of these organza bags with stuff in them. My bobbies, these kind of clips which I use sometimes to thread. So this tin has got no sweeties in it, but it's got lots of sticky odds and ends in it. It's a bit like finding a Danish butter cookies tin that always contains a sewing kit. Enid gets more excited for tins than cookies or candy. Yeah, I'm the same. I had a Christmas gift last year which was some lip balms, and they were in a tin, and I've kept the tin for stitchy stuff. No sweeties in it, but plenty of goodies. Absolutely. I was just thinking of the Danish butter cookie tins too. Yeah. So much childhood disappointment in those tins. Yeah, I think I'm a little storage container obsessed.
Are you?
Yeah. Because I'm always saying to you, aren't I, save that. Save that. It'll come in handy. Save that.
Save that. Save that.
And Andy just kind of rolls his eyes and puts it on one side to save it, because he knows if he doesn't, he'll be in trouble.
There's been a plane crash at Southend Airport.
Blimey. When was that?
Literally just happened.
Oh, breaking news. I love tins whether they contain chocolate or buttons, but especially chocolate buttons. Agree. My sister had my grand's button box. It was an old chocolates tin filled with odd buttons. I think it got thrown out when my sister passed her.
Oh.
Yep. My stepdad brought me a tin last week from my mum.
No, hang on a minute. It's not just happened. It was about 4 o'clock out.
Oh, right, okay. In fact, I've got it here. My stepdad will very often, he'll bring me something from the archive at his house. And he brought me this last week. As you can see, it's, you know, a bit battered and stuff. And this had boiled sweets in it. And it's got some sequins and some bits of ribbon and buttons and bits of sparkly thread and little ribbon bows and stuff, and these little flowers that my mum will have made, little paper flowers. Look at that one, paper rose she made. So it's a nice little bit of something of my mum. Even now, 13 years after, well, 12 years after she's died, I'm still getting, you know, these little bits of treasure of my mum's. It's nice in a lot of ways, but it's heartbreaking in others. My mum used to make cards. She used to do a bit of paper crafting. As she got older, her eyes were not as good, but she still would do her best, you know, and she'd make something. But yeah, it's a bit strange, because they still. It sounds silly. They still smell of my mum. It sounds daft, doesn't it? Funny, she's been gone since 2013. It's still like it were only yesterday. The frog's been vanquished. Good. What about UK? Has the frog been vanquished for you? I hope so.
Damn that frog.
I don't think Patsy wants it back, so... Olfactory memories are the most vivid. Yes, they absolutely are. He was shown short shrift in 5-2. Good. That frog can hop off. Andy always chuckles when I say that the frog can hop off.
Oh yeah. We don't want the frog. The frog can nanas.
The frog can hop off.
No, that's a frog.
It makes me laugh that we still call them tins, although even though everything is in plastic now. Yeah. I don't know, I still like a tin.
Tin.
These plastic ones I can take or leave, but I prefer a tin. Or because I forgot to count to 10 awake. I don't like, like the boxes of the tins of chocolates. We still call them a tin, but they're not a tin, are they, that we get at Christmas? They're made out of, they're usually plastic. I don't so much like those, not so keen. I can do better than that, Kay says, but Patsy, I couldn't count to 6. Yeah, tin tins but still come with biscuits in them. Danish butter cookies, which magically turns into sewing tins.
Every house has got one.
I always think it's fun how at Christmas they always bring out the Quality Street tin and the difference of the tin size now to what it was then.
It's virtually non-existent now.
Yeah.
You better off just not bothering. Am I right?
Well, yeah, I mean, the Quality Street tin used to be like 4 inches deep. And now you're lucky if you get 2.5. And then when you open up the thing that's not full of chocolate, it's half full.
Typical women complaining about inches.
Well, yeah, size does matter. And nobody wants a small bit of chocolate. I want value. Start that again. We all want value for money. In lots of senses of the word. Chocolate, wine. Nobody asked for a small glass of wine ever. Mind you, I don't drink anymore, so I probably wouldn't bother. Excuse me. You went to taste the chocolate, not just smell it. That's true. Very true, Kate. We definitely want to taste it, not just smell it. Andy had a caramel Toblerone the other week, didn't you, love?
Yeah, I did. Bought from it by you.
Interesting.
It's like a massive gold bar.
Yeah, you know those gold bars or caramel kind of thing. It was a Toblerone version. Andy definitely has a sweet tooth, don't you, my love?
Yes, I do. Thou shalt not criticise it.
I never said that.
I wasn't talking to it, just you, sweetheart.
All right.
I was talking to everybody.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. Yeah, that's my favourite one, says Ebony. Yeah. I used to love, when I was a kid, Caramac bars. My mum always used to buy me a Caramac when I was coming up to see my Auntie Susan.
They went out of fashion for a bit, though, didn't they?
Oh, they're too sweet for UK. Yeah, I used to love a Caramac. I can remember, you know, us going to the shop on our way to school and getting a quarter of this, a quarter of that. You know, 2 ounces of this and 2 ounces of that, you know. On our way to, there was a corner shop by our comprehensive school. And the amount of people that would be queuing out the door. Yeah, caramilks are nice as well. My stepdad likes those. He's got a sweet tooth and all, bless him. Although everybody knows it, and he gets fed up of all the chocolate he ends up with, because he normally ends up with like tins and boxes of chocolate and licorice all sorts. At one point, he had that many licorice all sorts. He was never ever in his life again going to have a problem with constipation. And he just had to end up saying, can people just not buy me licorice all sorts? I went to the Georgian sweet shop in Bakewell. Oh boy, it was like stepping back in time. Yep. Andy and I popped into there's an old-fashioned sweet shop in Cleethorpes when we last went. We popped in there. Do you remember, love? God, we were waiting for ages. The man behind the counter, he was so slow. I mean, the slow, and then there was him. Oh my God. We were about to take root in shop. Specialty Swedish candy shop in my town in Pennsylvania. It's dangerous for the pancreas and the pocketbook. Yeah. And whenever we go to IKEA, it's some dime bars for Andy, and Swedish fishes, they've got them as well. And girls like those little mini cinnamon rolls. And then Lauren's always there with the lingonberry jam. She loves the lingonberry jam. Yeah, it's a bit dangerous. We have a local food discounter. And it's one of those places where they get stuff with short dates on it. Now, with the best before, if it doesn't have at least a year on it, the supermarkets will reject it, and it'll go to a food discounter like the one we use. And they often as well get seconds and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with it. And we'll go up there, and very often they'll have like huge bags of licorice all sorts, mist shapes for like £1 or something daft like that. You know, and my stepdad is just like, no, I don't need any, because I've still got some from Christmas 2005, you know. Hannah went through his pantry the other day, and she was chucking out stuff that was dated, like tins that were dated like 2014 and stuff. Yeah, because he's a bit of a hoarder, my stepdad. Yeah, lingonberry jam, yeah. Old-fashioned boiled sweets like lemon pip, strawberries and cream, chocolate, lime, slip black and licorice. Yes, yes, Leslie, food again. Wait till you hear about my pudding today, because it's been a non-diet day today. We have a shop, and they have a bakery that comes and delivers into the shop. And I've had this Oreo, hang on, what's it called? Where's that packet? Because it took me 2 goes to finish it. Oreo Biscoff and white chocolate cookie pie. and oh my God, it was fabulous. It took me 2 goes because it was sweet. I had a lasagna for my dinner. That was nice. We were going to go for carvery, but they weren't doing carvery because it was too hot. So as a result, they had an empty pub. But yeah, so we all went and had us dinner. And then we called at the shop and I got this, oh my God. But, you know. Yeah, I do want to reach my goal, Lizzie, but life happens and, you know, birthdays and things are still going to happen. So I have to take the rough with the smooth. I'll get there. My problem at the minute is water retention with it being warm. Everything sinks to the bottom. And at the day, I'm aiming now just to stay in good habits with my food, and I am. I mean, I'm having breakfast. Admittedly, not when I wake up, you know, a little while down the line, but I'm having breakfast. I'm drinking more, and I'm drinking more clear fluid and stuff like that. But I'm also, you know, what's the word? Savvy enough that to know that life happens, and that, you know, I can make. I mean, like today I had lasagna, but I had it with salad.
Salad?
Hannah had fish and chips. It was a great big piece of fish and fat old chips. You know, my stepdad had like steak pie and chips, and you know, I figured, well, you know, I could eat a salad, but I don't want a salad. I want something nice. So I chose lasagna. How many stitches? I'll tell you in a sec, Lizzie, when I mark these ones off, because I am not a million miles off the end of today's shenanigans. Okay, let's have a look and see how many stitches we've done. I've done that one. No, I haven't. I've done them 3. I have done 315 stitches. It has been quick. Hey Liz. Miss Spangles and Collard and Bowser's mint chocs. Blimey, yeah. Yeah, she got to have the occasional treat. Indeed, Leslie, you're absolutely right. So yeah, 300 stitches, which isn't bad. I'm so sorry, Liz. I know you just come in, but I'm just about to end. So it will be available on replay in a moment. I do have a few bits I need to do, and then it's up the wooden hill for me because I've got work in the morning. Oh, sorry. Oh, this flipping. Oh, it won't come out. Silly thing. There we go, that's it. Sorry about that. I hope it's not giving everybody a headache. Or it won't do. Right, so yes, 315 stitches. So tomorrow it is the start of a brand new week. A brand new stitchy week. I'll be doing my stitch with me in the morning, and you will get my floss tube on Tuesday as well. But I will be filming it on my knee because of the old teeths. So, live stream Wednesday. Christmas Cat will be out again. Let me just sneaky peeky him, because if you remember last Wednesday we were doing this bit. I have done almost all of the first. arm of the snowflake. So it's looking good. Yeah. So, right. So, all I'm going to say is do not forget the group. There are people in the group. If you need somebody to talk to or reach out for support, there are people in the group. Okay. I'm happy to accept a PM, and I'm pretty sure that anybody in the group, if you get chatting with them, you can go to private message, you know, that they will be more than happy. Please, please do not feel as though you are on your own, because absolutely nobody is. Okay? We're all here to support and uplift one another. So I'm going to clear off, get myself sorted out, and get ready for going up the wooden hill. And I will speak to you guys very soon. So take care, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you Wednesday. Bye.